Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Suffolk Handicrafts with Suffolk Public Library. Today we will be making stuffed crocheted pumpkins, nice and small and perfect for fall, an easy beginning crochet project. Our supply kits are available at both Morgan Memorial and North Suffolk locations. They're first come, first served, and until we run out. So be sure to go grab everything that you need to make this lovely seasonal project. And of course, if you don't pick up your kit, we will be covering everything that you need in this video. So today we will be led by Jennifer Jensen. Jennifer, take it away.
Pumpkin today, so we need a crochet hook, you need your yarn, you need some polyfill to fill it with when you're finished crocheting it, and of course you need your scissors. Now you can use a little rod, or you can get a stick out of your yard, or even a cinnamon stick when we're finished to put for the top of the pumpkin. Alright, our first step is to tie a slip knot so that you can start your casting on. I do this is something I've done since I was a child. You just do that, tie it on there, and you're ready to go. To cast on, it's called the chain. So what you do is you take your thread, cast it, that's why it's called casting, because you cast over, and then you pull through. Now to get started on this pumpkin, you'll need to do that 22 times. And if you're like me, you have to count while you're doing it in your head, or you can count out loud. In my house, I have to count out loud because everybody starts talking to me when I'm doing it. Alright, and when you get to 22, this is what your chain will look like. So once you get your chain done, and actually if you want a bigger pumpkin, you can do more chains. So what you do is you will get your fingers ready and you cast on again, but this is going to be called a half double crochet. And the reason it's called that is because you're doing half of the double crochet, so it's obvious. So what we'll do is you go back into the third chain back, you will go into it, you will hook your thread, pull it through, you will have three loops on your needle. So you cast over again and you pull through all three, and that makes your half double crochet. And what we'll do is we'll go into all of the chain all the way down, and at the end you'll have 20 half double crochets. You don't have to think of them as that, just think of them as a single, this is what you're doing for the next rows. So that's what it will look like as you're doing it. You loop over, you go through, hook over again, pull it through, then cast them all off. Loop, pull through, and it's just doing the same thing. And if as you go, you might want to push your thread, keep it straight so it doesn't bunch up on your fingers. You just keep doing this. Alright, just keep doing it till you get to the end. See how the yarn wants to come up on you. And it will get in knots, so you have to be careful how much you pull off, because yarn has a mind of its own half the time. And the good thing about crocheting is if you make a mistake, all you have to do is you can pull it right out, and it's very easy. And now we're at the end, and I'll show you how to turn around. That last one likes to be stubborn, so just get in there, pull it through. Alright, once you get to the end, it should look like this, give or take. And if you want to count your crochet, you can count this way. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You'll have 20 stitches there together. So to turn around, you make a chain of 2 stitches, then you turn your thread, your hook around. Alright, and you go back into the 3rd chain, but this time we're going to go in the back loop, the back thread back here. Okay, so when you're looking at the top of it, go right here in the back, and we'll make our stitch in the back. And we'll do this all the way across. And this is what makes your ridge on your, make the rippled effect for your pumpkin. And you want that because it looks really good when you get it finished. So, see how it'll look? You want to make sure going in the back one. And just keep doing it across. And you see how that's making that? And then on the back side, that's what it looks like. And you just want to keep going across. Once you get the hang of this, it'll go so fast you won't even know what you're doing. But you just, for the first part, you just take your time. Well, through it all, you take your time. But and now we're almost to the end. When you get near the end, make sure you're still going in the back loop, and you get all the way to the end. Let's see, go right in and stitch right there. Alright, now you get your second row, and you see how that looks? That's that side. Alright, we're going to make 2 chain up again, turn your hook, go in the 3rd stitch down, go in the back loop, oops. And that's what happens if you go a little bit too fast, not looking what you're doing. And as you go, see, that's how your ripples start making. And your pumpkin is well on its way to being done. Just keep doing this. Pull out your thread as you need it. My thread has a tendency of going all over my living room because my dogs like to think it's a ball and play with it. So if you have dogs or cats, be warned, they do like yarn. And we're coming up on the end again. Now see how easy that is? You don't even realize you're getting to the end of the row. Alright, you make that. There's your third row. See, you're working and doing it and you don't even know how fast you're going. Make 2 chains. And again, go in the third back loop and make your stitch. This is your pumpkin going. You're doing a great job. Just take your time. Go over, go through, pull through. Got 3 loops. And then you cast them off. You just keep doing that. Put some more thread. Number 2, go over, go through, pull through, and then you cast off the 3. Just try to remember you have to have 3 at the end to take off. And if you make a mistake, like I said earlier, you can just pull it out. I'll show you how to pull them out. Oh, let's not get to the end and do this. Alright, if you make a mistake, you just take your hook out and then you just pull it right out. Easy peasy. And if you're looking at it and you see it way down, like at the second row, you can look at it, decide if you really want to take it out, but you don't have to, you can, because odds are you're the only person who will know there's a mistake in it. That's the wonderful thing about these. Most people do not look at them that closely. And there you go, your 4th row. And what you do is that we'll be doing 25 rows. We always and if you lose count of how many rows you've done, it's easy to just look at it and see where your rows are, because you can tell that's 2 rows, there's 2 rows, and we're starting on our fifth one. This one I had started earlier because I don't think you want me to sit here and show you all 25 rows. So we're going to finish this one up. Alright, now we are at the end of the 25 rows. See, you can look and see there's 25 rows there. So what we will do is, to make the pumpkin, you have to sew these two pieces together. Don't panic, it's not hard. So what you do is, see this bottom row here? That is when you made your chain, that's your chain. So what we will do is, we'll do a chain, then we will go through the back loop of the one you just finished, and then we'll go through the chain on the first row. Oops. Don't worry about your thread there, and then you pull through. You just hook it and pull it and go through. We'll do that again. Back loop through the chain, grab your thread, pull it through, pull it off. And we will do this to the end. It's not hard, just keep pulling it through. What you are doing is you're sewing it up the side to start forming our pumpkin. Back loop. The reason you're doing the back loop is we want to keep that ridge going. We want it to continue to look like this. So that's what we're working on. Try to keep it lined up. You know, sometimes that's hard, but try to do that. Because you don't want your pumpkin to come out all misshaped, which happens, and you know what? No two pumpkins are the exact same size or look exactly the same. So don't worry. So everybody's just going to be so impressed that you crocheted something. And keep doing that. And see, we're sewing it up. Now you can also do this with a yarn needle. I don't always have one, so I don't worry about it. But if you by some chance have one, you can use that. But you know what? Your crochet hook works just as well. Because I'm pretty sure our forefathers did not have crochet and have needles all the time when they were crocheting things. Alright, we are almost to the end. You see, we're getting there. Oops. Helps if I go in the right loop. Alright, now this is the last one. We will go in the last in there, and then the last loop there. Pull through. Now, for some reason, like this one, feels like it's got extra yarn on it, but it doesn't look like it, so we're good. Alright, now we are at the end of, oh, it did have extra yarn on it. There we go. Alright, we are at the end. This is what you'll have like a little sleeve. It's round. Alright, so now we're going to start pull you off some thread, some yarn, because we got to go through and pull through. So we're going to cut this off. So now because you want to make the bottom of the pumpkin like a little pucker. So we are going to take our crochet yarn and go through these, and alright, we're going to go where the stitches are. Okay, you don't have to go in the end, just go pull the stitch, pull your yarn through, and go ahead and pull it all the way through, all your thread. Alright, give me a second. Alright, actually we're going to do this. We're going to tie it off to get our pucker going, okay? So, take your crochet hook and weave it through like this, in the top of it, right where the stitches are. Doesn't matter if you go through every one or if you miss some, you just want to get it generally around like this. Okay, and see, it'll look like this. Hook your thread onto it and just pull it through. Right, and pull it all the way through. And then we do some more. Just hook it through. And you're going to be amazed. It really looks good when you get your pumpkin. And you can do this if you have a yarn needle. That works good. Like I said, you really don't have to have any, use your crochet hook. Use what you have. Just pull it through. Okay. See how it's pulling it tight? And then we'll go through the last bit. Just weave through your stitches. Okay. And just pull it through. Alright, now we've got it pulled all the way around. So, and yes, I have a lot of thread, but you'll see why in a minute. Alright, now see, you got a little, pull it tight like that. Alright, now take your pumpkin, turn it inside out. Okay? Because now, look, you got your bottom of your pumpkin. Your yarn is in the middle. It's inside of it. Alright, at this point is when you start stuffing it. Okay, keep that tight. Now we're going to take our stuffing, pull you off some. You don't want to try to stuff the whole thing in there. Leave your thread in there, and you just start stuffing it. You can stuff it as full as you want. You can, if you want a big fat pumpkin, you can make it fat. You can make it skinny. If you want a tall one, you can, however you want to stuff it. I'm going to stuff this one pretty full because I think that'll look good. You know what? The good thing is we can stuff more in here. But right now, we're going to leave that like that. Thread's still in here. Alright, now we're going to start puckering this side. And it's the same thing. You just start weaving it, the top, but you got to remember, you got to get it from the inside this time. Okay. Pull it through, and pull it out. And your pumpkin is starting to come together. Before you know it, you're going to have yourself a pumpkin, and it's going to look so good. Everybody's going to be like, oh, make me one, make me one. And you can do that because you'll have the know-how. Okay, we're going to pull this through. Keep pulling. Well, got a little knot. This will happen. You will get knots, but you know what? it's not the end of the world. See? Easy peasy. I'll go over here and do this. Really easy. You can pull as much or as little as you want through at a time. If you're not comfortable doing a big lot, pull just a little bit. And sometimes it gets stuck. That's another don't panic if it does get stuck inside one of these. If it does, just pull it out. I know I keep telling you that you can pull it out, but it really is that simple. When you're crocheting, you can just pull out your mistake or decide what you want to do with it, because it's your project. Alright, now we are at the end. So what you do is pucker this end. Alright, maybe I didn't go all the way to the end, did I? I think so. Alright, what we do now is you take it, go through the bottom, stick your needle through the bottom, and see, it comes out the top. Hook you some yarn and pull it through. Now this, you might end up with some stuffing coming out with you. Not a big deal. Just pull it. I think our pumpkin's a little lopsided there. There we go. And there you have your pumpkin. And you can pull it through as tight as you want. I think I need to, if you look at it and it doesn't look like it has enough stuffing in it, you can pull it back out a little bit, open it up a little bit, and stick some more stuffing in it. It's really that simple. This way you can shape your pumpkin the way you want it. See, now we're getting it a little bit fuller. See how it's, we'll go ahead and use all this that's here. Then to close it, just pull your thread. Oops. And there you go. You have a pumpkin. Now at this point, you have to get this, you want to keep it tight. So what we're going to do is, we are actually going to stick this through here again, because I'd like to make this bottom a little tighter. So, your needle will come through. Well, you just got to feel for it. You know it's there. We go. See? Hook it and pull it back out. See, some stuffing came out, but it's no big deal. And push it back in. And there we go. See how tight our pumpkin is looking there? Look how nice that little pumpkin is. Alright, now we're going to tie this off. What I do is I grab some, I go through one side, pull it through, because this way it helps you close it off more. Because you want to keep it tight. And then you can just tie a knot. Once you started, I like to knot these things a few times in different, pull it through here. That way it closes it up a little bit more. pull it through your holder, and that's a knot you're making there. And then you can cut it off, and then you want to hide your thread, so you just hook it and pull it into the middle of your pumpkin. And then you can cut it off. So there's your pumpkin, and at this point you take a cinnamon stick or a stick out of your yard or anything you would like, and you put it in the middle and you glue it. You can hot glue it right there in the middle or stick it in and pull it, push it all the way through, and you have a pumpkin. You've got your pumpkin, and thank you for spending the last hour or so with me working on these. And don't forget to get your craft kit at the library. Don't forget, first come, first serve. I know I keep saying don't forget, but you want to get this. It's going to be fun. And also, next month we are I'm not doing, but you will be doing a festive, decorative holiday pillow. So you have fun crafting.